Hello friends, welcome to this new tutorial. Today I have here this Samsung Galaxy S8 Active, and the problem on it is the charging port. So when I plug it in charge, it doesn't charge. And today I will show you how to replace the charging port on this phone. So to do this job, we will need some tools. We will need first a charging port. You can buy it from eBay or from Amazon. It's not expensive, it's like 10 bucks I think. And we will need Phillips screwdriver, a nice semi, cutter like this. We may need a heat gun, something like this, to heat up the back, but make sure don't heat it up too much, because if you do you're gonna melt the plastic here. So just do it gently or slightly, then use all the pray up the back glass or the back cover just to using this tool. So what I'm gonna do, I will just insert this one here. I see that this part is open here, so maybe the battery inside is swollen also. We will need to replace it as well. Alright, so we're just gonna insert this one here and keep praying until you release the whole thing here. But you need to be careful when you are like praying up. Make sure don't go deep inside, because you may, let me see, yeah, because you may, this tool may stuck here behind this cable and you may cut it from here. Okay, this cable here. Okay, make sure you are very careful. Then make sure don't slide this one here, because you may poke the battery or cut it, and this may set up a fire, or it may explode. So you need to be very careful. Slide this thing just on the side. All right, you can use also a plastic card like this, something like this, and you can slide it here around the edges until you release everything. Then once you open this, you have this cable here connected on this part here. Let me just do it one more time. So you have this cable here connected, so we're just gonna use your nail and disconnect it. Make sure don't cut this cable. Also the card that you are using, it may stuck here and you may cut the fingerprint scanner cable. All right, so we're gonna remove this one and put it aside. Let's put it here. Then let's put these tools away from here. We will need also a cutter and double sticky adhesive. I forgot to mention this. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I will open all the screws here using the Phillips screwdriver. Don't worry, all the screws are the same, so you don't have to worry about mixing them up. Alright guys, so I remove all the screws, they are here. Let's put this aside. So now what I'm gonna do, I will grab this part here and lift it up, and I will just pull it out gently till you release it from here. Don't pull it too much, because you may cut the cable here. Alright, so now as you see, the battery, this battery is swollen, so it needs to be replaced. But sometimes if it's working good, just keep it there. It's gonna keep swollen. So what I'm gonna do, I will just poke it a little bit. Make sure you disconnect it from here. I will make small make sure don't poke it too much, don't get to the inside, you know. So now because I make this little hole here, this will allow the air to get out, and the battery gonna stop like yeah, the battery gonna stop getting swollen, you know. Alright, so I remove this part, I disconnect the battery. So now I'm gonna remove this part here, then I'm gonna remove the part in the bottom here. Then we have the charging port in this part here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna disconnect this cable Then we're gonna disconnect the screen cable. Then we're gonna use the tweezers and we will disconnect these two cables here. Gently, make sure don't damage anything in this area. Alright, so disconnect these cables carefully and make sure don't use the force. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, I will lift up this motherboard. This is motherboard, and I will hold it like this. Then I will push the cable to get to disconnect, so the cable is disconnected here. Alright, so now I'm gonna open all the screws here. So those are short screws. You need to put them together so you can put them back without any problem. Also remember the spots from where you took the screws, you know. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, I will disconnect the headphone jack cable. It's right here. Then I will use the screwdriver. I will insert it here, then bend it down, and this gonna pop up. Remove the charging port, remove the headphone jack. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, I will release this cable. It's here in the corner. Yeah, I will insert this one here behind the cable until I release it. So it's released now. Then I will pull this cable out and I will grab it like this and slide it back gently. I may need to remove these cables also. And voila, so I remove this cable from here. Now I'm gonna put the new flex cable. This is the new one, so I'm just gonna put it the same way. So now we're gonna make sure that this part here goes underneath here. Then we will slide this inside. Alright, so now I will put this cable down and I will connect it here. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, I will just click here and make sure that this cable is connected. If it's not, I will have to align it. Alright, so it looks like I have to open the motherboard. Not a problem. Disconnect these cables. Disconnect the cable that we just connect. Let me see, there may be a screw somewhere here. Yes, it's right here. Then we will need to remove the SIM card. SIM card gonna be somewhere here. This is the SIM card and memory card, and we will grab the motherboard like this. Then we will lift up this and we will connect it this way. Sometimes if it's not matching, don't keep using the force, just remove the motherboard and connect it carefully and safely. Alright, so it looks like I have to connect them outside. Alright, so it's connected now perfectly. Now let's start by connecting this part first. Then we're gonna connect the top part. So these cameras, they may block the motherboard, so I'm going to remove them, and I will put the motherboard first. Okay, now I will connect, and now I'm gonna connect the cables, put the cameras back. Then I'm gonna connect the LCD cable, then this cable here, this is the wireless cable. Alright, so now let me put the screws. Let's put this little part first. SIM card back. Alright, so now I need to transfer these cables. So we'll start with the white one. So this white cable we need to disconnect from here. Okay, make sure this cable is matching with its connection perfectly. Then you can put it inside this channel and you bring it from here. Then we're gonna lift up the motherboard a little bit to allow this to go underneath. Alright, we're gonna do the same thing for the other cable. It's connected. So we're gonna connect this end first. So now I'm gonna connect this cable here first. And then this one gonna go on top. Alright, I need to lift up the motherboard. Okay, so now we're gonna connect this cable here. Always make sure it's matching 100% before you put any pressure on it. Alright, so now I connect everything. What I'm gonna do now, I will just connect the battery. Also, I'm repeating this, make sure when you poke, if the battery is swollen, when you poke it, make sure don't go deep, just poke the plastic which is outside. If you use something and you go deep inside, you will set this battery into fire, or you may burn something, or it may explode. You know, you need to be very careful and do it at your own risk. It's not a joke. This is very dangerous. So I just done it because I have no other option, or I have no other choice. Here, because we lift up this part here, we need to make sure that the cable connects very well. I just make another click on it to make sure it clicks and it clips with the charging port in the bottom. So now I'm gonna put this little part, and we have 2 screws here, or 3. And this one, and we have this one, and another one here. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, I will put this little part here, then this one here. And I will put all the screws back. Alright guys, so this is the last screw. And now what I'm gonna do, I will put the adhesive here, and I will glue down the phone. With the adhesive, we're gonna just put strip from here, from the top, or from the corner to the corner, like this. Then we will use this cutter to cut this. We will do the same thing on this side here. Alright, so now I'm just gonna use this plastic and make sure that this adhesive sticks very well. Alright, so now I'm gonna uncover the adhesive. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, I will connect this cable. Let me remove this. See that there is a screw here. Let me see where it's supposed to go. I think this screw here is short. Yeah, so this screw is supposed to be here. And this screw must be here. Alright, so let's connect this cable. And then we're gonna glue down this back cover exactly like you see, and that's it. So I'm supposed to test it before, but anyway, I'm testing it now. Alright, as you see, it's charging. Alright guys, I think that our mission is done successfully. If you've done yours successfully, please let us know in the comment area in the bottom. Also hit the thumbs up. Because this will help the video, and share the video with your friends, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. See you in the next video, and have a wonderful time. Peace.